But what do you mean the Sandstone Community Park is in Longmont? That's exactly what I mean. You go up I-25, you take County Road 119. That's the Firestone exit, yardstick 240. Go west, young man, that's what I'm told. California's full of whiskey, women, and gold. But you're just going to go down to Fairview Street or Sandstone Drive, right where this sign is. You're going to pull in. And signs can tell you a lot. They can tell you where the skatepark is. They can tell you how impotent the government is. They can tell you where the bathroom is. They can say, no fumar. Our propaganda efforts are failing if you go out and smoke. The lights at this park are on till 10. In the wintertime, that's a real treat. This park is a little bit outside of my comfort zone. It pushes my skill level to its maximum potential. And sometimes things like that can help you grow and help change you, make you better as a person. Sometimes stuff that makes you feel uncomfortable is just make you feel uncomfortable because it's whack and it's wrong. For instance, got my copy of Thrasher in the mail. Cracked the thing open, they got an article in there about a guy who works as a lobbyist for Federal Reserve bankers. Now, on the surface level, you may look at the Federal Reserve Bank and say, oh, well, they provide the blank check for the government to go out and do all the heinous things they do in our names, like bombing innocent people in places like Iraq, Afghanistan, Yemen, Syria, Libya, Niger, and Somalia. But if you dig a little bit deeper, like this bull, it doesn't have hardly any parts of it that are under 6 foot. It's a killer, and it kills me. I got to pad up to jump in this thing. Like I said, this park tests my skill level. Yeah, but if you look at the thing, the military are the ones that give the value to the dollar. If it wasn't for them going out and pointing guns at people, nobody would keep the dollar as the world's reserve currency. So American contractors and soldiers go overseas and we blow up other people's stuff, and then we give them dollars to rebuild it. And what happens when people stop using the dollar as the reserve currency? Well, all those dollars will start flooding back into the United States and we'll have hyperinflation. No amount of rate adjustment is going to solve our problem then. Yeah, dude, check out this street course. It's just monstrous. I mean, not as monstrous as bombing and killing people just so that you can keep your standard of living, but it's all pretty big. I mean, as big as the Titanic. Look at the size of that rail. And you know the Titanic was sunk with the senators who were opposed to the creation of the Federal Reserve Bank on board. Pretty messed up, right? Just like the run-up for this curved ledge. This thing would be so much fun, but it's just, you got poles in the way, none of it works. Just like fractional reserve banking. See, you give the bank $1 and they give you a piece of paper that says that they have your dollar. Then they loan out your dollar. And then they give that person a piece of paper that says that they have the value of $1. Then they loan out that dollar again, over and over and over, till the whole value of the dollar has been loaned out, and they're over leveraged on everything. That's how I would be if I tried to skate those rails, dude. I would be over leveraged. And you know, it's never worked. Even if you look back in history, Ramses II had a currency crisis because he was over leveraged by using fractional reserve currency. So what can you do about it? Well, if I were you, I would start hodling some Bitcoin. Don't get into the Doge or the Ethereum or any of that other stuff. They all have serious security problems. But Bitcoin is mathematically impossible to crack that, no matter what the FBI says. And then if you look at the ledger and you see that it goes back to an FBI wallet in California, dude, the implication is obvious. The FBI are the terrorists who've been hacking JBS beef, the Centennial Pipeline, all that stuff. And if that seems like a bridge too far to you, that you're like, dude, I don't want to get into Bitcoin, I don't understand that, go down to the store and buy an extra couple cans of soup or something next time you're getting your groceries. Buy some extra toilet paper. You saw what happened last year. Get prepared, dude, because they are at war with us. This currency is collapsing, and they have a plan. They know it's going to collapse. They've been planning it for a long time. And what if I'm wrong? What if I'm just an idiot? Then you have a couple extra cans of soup, and you beat inflation. You're still coming out on top. So get yourself some Good Guy. Get yourself some, you drink beer? Buy yourself an extra case of beer. And try your best not to drink it all in one day. What am I talking about? I've said a lot of crazy stuff on this show, but that's probably the craziest one I've said so far. If this doesn't make sense to you, go read The Creature from Jekyll Island by G. Edward Griffin. Go read What Have They Done to Our Money by Murray Rothbard. Go read A History of Money and Banking by Rothbard. You're going to get some little nuggets of information that are going to turn that light on in your head. Just like spines turn that light on in my head sometimes. Start licking that lollipop. See how many licks it's going to take you to get down to the Tootsie Roll Center and find out what it is they are doing to your money. And while they're doing it to your money, what they're doing to you while you're out there busting your butt working trying to get that scratch. And the market's always going to exist. So don't come at me with that it's all capitalism's fault shit. Come skate this park, try and pop up onto that ledge. Or just sit at home in your basement with your sickle and your sledge. We'll see you next week.